welcome to the other side of that, the segment of other side of that. Tonight we're going to be discussing the Insecure season 5, episode 1 and 2. And I'm gonna let the co-hosts here introduce themselves. I'm sorry.
Ladies first.
Jaleesa, you're muted.
Oh, you said you're going to start me first. So, hello, my name is Jaleesa, and I am 33 years of age, and I live in Augusta, Georgia. I work on Fort Gordon, and I'm the mother of 1, and that's all I got. That's all I got. I told you I should have wrote it out because now I'm all flustered. But go ahead.
It's good.
Yeah, but I'm Ingrid. 9 to 5. I work in healthcare. 5 to 9. I am a creative. So I'm an author, and I also co-host a podcast called Hot Girl Book Club, where we review books monthly. We're kind of on a hiatus right now while I was finishing school, but that's a little bit about me and what I do.
Nice.
Okay.
I like the idea. I like the book club name. I think it was really cool. I'm Terrell, 31, digital marketing executive, comedian by night, and father of 2, and Team Lawrence.
Okay.
Out the gate.
Out the gate. Because like the Lawrence slander, it's just I just don't tolerate it. I just don't think it's fair.
I don't know if it's as much a slander as it is just the truth. Lawrence does not make good decisions.
But
technically
he does. He has a great life. I mean, he lives in San Francisco.
Right. You to the left, you to the right. Back in your corners. Come on, let Miss Lattrice introduce herself.
So I am Lattrice, ready to discuss this season 5, episode 1 and 2 of Insecure. I really can relate to the show. Like I feel like, well, especially this season, I feel like I see my life playing out. You know, some situations are very triggering for me. So I can't wait to discuss this with all these lovely people that I have on tonight. So we're gonna get right into it.
Before we start, that's what I want Issa to know in case she watches this. Because we relate to this so much in our lives, and to see this is the last season, I don't know what I'm doing after this. I don't know where to go with my life after this. I'm still trying to figure it out. So she needs to continue this some kind of way on some kind of app.
I think I heard somebody saying something about a spinoff. So maybe
she need to do something.
Is it gonna be called Molly?
It's gonna be lost in the world.
Okay. Shoot. All right. So, episode 1. And the major points we're going to be discussing in this episode is the awkwardness of Molly and Issa's relationship after they had a big blowout last season. Of course, Lawrence and Issa's situation. And, since most of us went to college around the same time, I think that the 10-year reflection portion of the episode is something that'll be good for us to touch on too. So let's get right into it. So how did y'all feel about, I don't know if you can relate to this as a man, but maybe Ingrid and Jaleesa can relate to having a blowout with a friend that you've been, a person you've been friends with for years, and then y'all trying to, you really don't want to sever the relationship, but after a big blowout, it's kind of like awkward trying to get back to where you were before the blowout. So how did y'all feel about it?
I wish they would talk about it. So I just rewatched it, and like at the end of the episode, like they just decided equally to move forward, but there was no conversation about why they got into it. And I just feel like with both of them and their personalities, it's gonna come up again. Like Molly is very about self, and Issa is very like all over the place, and I feel like that's what really caused them to get into it in the first place. So I feel like they should have talked about it before just deciding to move forward.
So you said Molly was all about herself. Why you feel like she was all about self?
I feel like what she did was selfish. Like, why would you not want to? Well, the reason why she didn't want to help out Issa with the whole block party thing was because Issa is all over the place. She's not a good business, person, and Molly didn't want her name attached. But I just feel like if your friend needs help, why not help them out? Like, I don't think it was bad for Issa to go behind Molly's back and talk to Andrew and get help for her situation.
And it's kind of like, did she go behind her back though? It's kind of like his roommate was the one that kind of mentioned it to him, or did she ask his roommate?
No, I think her and Nathan was like a little person. Yeah,
Nathan. Okay,
Nathan. Yeah,
he's cute, by the way.
He is. Well,
I don't like Nathan either.
You don't like him?
I think it's cool. He's an alright guy. Nobody likes the backup guy, right?
Not after what he did. A disappearing ex still got me a little in my feelings.
Yeah. He was messed up for that. But wasn't he? Did he have a valid reason though?
Yeah, he was.
I think he had like a first episode.
Bipolar, right?
Yeah,
bipolar. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Girl friendships are weird. Like, just of course, I've never like been in one, but like female relationships, it always seems like. There's like this emotional boiling point that you're always trending towards, like in most cases, like not you guys. And I think they hit theirs, but what I think it actually was, it wasn't a blowing out between them. I think it was a manifestation of the lack of control each of them had in their life at the time. Molly's man crazy. Molly all over the place. She can't keep a man going. She's trying to keep her shit together. She's trying to keep her job going. Issa all over the fucking place throwing block parties. And all types of wild shit, it just really showed me that, no matter how much you're out here struggling and doing your thing, there's a certain degree of control that you will never have in your situation. And people tend to project that into their close relationships because they're easy. You've been here. You're going to be here, per se, in my head. So you could take the brunt of this. And that's why I think, when they got back together, they never actually talked about what the issue was, because it never really was an issue. They were both back in control spaces in their life. They're trending towards the things that they want. And now they have the emotional availability for each other.
Oh, you better say that.
Oh, that was a good ass answer.
And I don't have no notes.
Look at you representing for the men.
These are my
notes. What is that?
Insecure.
He went out the dome. He did Jay-Z right now. So
go ahead.
That one word compared to look. But yeah, I feel like honestly, I agree with everything you just said, but I also feel like it was a buildup of stuff, like from the first season. Like, I know you get to a certain level of comfort with your friends. There's some stuff you can joke about, and it's okay, it's cool. Y'all know you know this person love and care about you enough to not be making a joke at your expense or whatever. But when Issa got on that stage and was talking about Molly's vagina, like they made a whole song about it. I was just like,
broken
girl,
pussy.
Come on now, is this your friend or not?
I mean, but Molly didn't have to claim it. She ain't name dropped.
True.
She didn't. I think Molly became insecure about the whole situation, and yeah.
It caught
but Molly didn't name drop, but Molly knew because she had just told her.
Just told her.
Yeah.
But that
I think it was kind of like a build-up of. I think it was kind of like a build-up of stuff. I feel like they was both immature about how they was handling stuff, like both avoiding the conversation, and both of them kind of got petted at the end. Even though I feel like it was being petted to a certain degree, I felt like they both had a right to feel the way they were feeling.
I feel like Issa's a habitual line stepper though.
She is, and that's what Molly told her in episode 1 of season 1. Like, she let her know, like, you dragged me to this club and it was all for you, just wanting to see Daniel. Like, you didn't even care about us actually going out and having a good time. You just wanted to see this nigga and you dragged me along. So
right, which is why when everybody else was mad at Molly last season, I was just like, no. It's kind of been like a build-up of stuff. Like, she got a right to feel the way she feels.
But Molly is aggravating.
They both are equally.
I think they aggravate like differently though.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I feel like a conversation should have been had, but like, I don't know. Like you said, it could be because the conversation wasn't had. It could go up again, but I don't know. I feel like they'll maintain the good space they're in. Just gotta watch it unfold. So next talking point is the 10-year reunion, and she got, I think, was it a 10-year reunion or something? It had been 10 years since they had been to the college or whatever.
Oh no,
and
she
then she got
spoke at
invited.
the school, right?
Yeah, she got invited back to speak.
As an alumni.
And the part that really stuck out to me that I wanted to discuss was when she was sitting on stage and the man had asked her something along the lines of, do you feel like you're on the right path, or what got you to this path, or something like that. And she was basically like, you never know. I honestly can't say that I'm on the right path. You know, you never know.
Oh yeah, that part hit.
What now?
That was the dumbest shit I ever saw.
I see. Yeah, that part kind of hit.
Yeah, like it's just like sometimes I don't know either. I mean, I do what I feel like on purpose to do, and I feel like I follow what my passion is, but it's just like, do you ever really know?
I mean, no. And that's why I think it was dumb. Like, you were at your school. You came back. You was all excited about this. Why did you not prepare a proper speech all over the fucking place? That was
She
a
could have.
cop-out.
Yeah, she could have prepared a better speech because she sure was winging it. She didn't even remember the
name
acronyms.
of it.
Yeah, like it was just.
No, the acronyms for something you started.
I don't think she did.
Like, she's a villain. I honestly think Issa's the villain of Insecure.
Of her own show?
Yeah, she's her own worst enemy.
I can see that because I want to say that she sabotaged herself. Like,
yeah,
every episode.
And then she's not confident. Like, you created this thing, this baby. You were so excited about how well your initial event went when you kicked it off. Why not show pride in what you got going on? I think she started listening to like the other panelists.
Right.
And she just kind of lost her confidence.
Momentum, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I really thought she could have represented a little bit better because she had experienced success. Like, you can't just, I mean, we all are winging it, essentially. That's what we're all doing. You point us in a direction and we go.
But we have to celebrate like the small moments. So you have to acknowledge that you better than you were in the past. So you have to acknowledge it at some point. That could have been her moment to be like, I'm not all the way there, but here we are.
And I don't think she did that. I think she made herself look really dumb.
Yeah.
It was a lot of awkward silence.
Yeah.
I mean, because like we're at, what is it, Stanford? Like, come on, you're a black woman, Stanford graduate. You sitting in front of all these pasties. They sitting here picking up everywhere from everybody else, and you're gonna come up and say you don't know what you're doing. Like, hold your vertical down. Like, hold your group of peers down. Like, get up there and represent, because you did something that was bigger. That's big. Graduated from Stanford, blah blah blah. Even if you're not making $1 million, bajillion dollars, you need to get up there and talk like you are. That's how you manifest
it. Exactly.
Right.
And how am I gonna believe in what you're doing if I see that you're not even believing in it yourself?
And it's a grip to go to this school. I'm paying mad money, bitch. You really like you didn't do nothing. You wigging it? Like, I'm paying 12 bands to be here for 6 months. But whatever.
Right. So to that point, do you all feel like, because it's been more than 10 years. Well, it's been a little over 10 years. Was at Georgia Southern. So, do you all feel like y'all are like where you thought you would be 10 years ago?
So 10 years ago, me would have some real mixed fucking feelings right now. Not gonna lie. He'd be excited, but he'd also be like, dude, really? So I don't know. I'm not gonna go out there and say I'm winging it, because like there's a lot of intention in the moves that I make. But at one point I think everybody does. That's everybody's starting point is winging it. You gotta fall off the nest. So yeah, 21-year-old Terrell would be pretty excited and also confused.
Yeah, same here. I think 21-year-old Jaleesa would be a little disappointed because I feel like I have my we like it's actual, but it ain't. Anyway, I have so much potential to do stuff, and I had so many like avenues that I could have made it happen, but I just didn't take it. And then I could say a kid slowed me down, but honestly, I don't even think that was the reason either, because I had the support more than I could have asked for as far as with my family, but I just feel like I've kind of been afraid to like just hop out there, but the younger me will be like, girl, just go. What you doing? Just go.
Well,
Go ahead.
for me, I definitely feel like I'm still winging it to this day. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't. I know what I feel like I'm purpose to do. I know what I'm passionate about, and I'm very intentional about doing something in that regard every day. But for the most part, it's just like, and you know me, Jaleesa, like I make plans. I write everything down. I had to have everything planned out by to a T for my life. But I didn't see myself here, even though for the most part, everything that I wanted, I have now, except for a husband. But most of it else, I have for the most part. So, but I still can't say that I could see myself here 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I feel the same. I think I feel everybody's sentiment, especially I just feel like 10 years ago at 23, the things that I've accomplished now, I wanted back then, but that was also 10 years. Like I felt like I could have did some of this stuff in that time period. I think where we mess up a lot is we're young, having fun. We think we have a lot of time, but unfortunately, like adulthood really settles in, and then you just kind of left, by yourself. And like we all said, we're just trying to, figure the shit out. So I don't know. That's kind of where I am now, but I don't regret what I did. I think the only thing was like her reflecting in the mirror hit me really hard, because she was like, what happened, with this person, like, are we married? Did you do this? Did you do that? And it was like, she had no's for everything. And I think the relationship thing hit me like the biggest. Like I remember in high school, like I had this little write out of like for my 4-year plan for like, I did everything in like this 4-year block, and like kids and marriages on there, and it's like, okay, girl, you ain't got none of that part. So I feel like there's some areas in my life where I kind of slide by, because I was like, okay, I got time, while I did other stuff. So
don't blame yourself. The dating pool has pee in it.
It does, but 10 years ago, I mean,
oh, that was deep. I felt it.
10 years ago, I probably could have got married. I feel like it's gotten worse over time. Like
I mean, you got married 10 years ago. You going to divorce today?
We probably would have. I mean,
because you're a whole different person now. Like
exactly. I was about to say that. Like, if I would have married who I had the opportunity to marry, and seeing who I've become now and who he is now, we would have definitely not been together. So I'm glad I didn't settle at that time, and I'm yet holding on, Lord.
It's hard.
What y'all waiting for?
I definitely want to marry the man I was dealing with 10 years ago. However, the man that I wanted the type of man that I wanted 10 years ago is still the type of man that I want today.
Yeah.
Like, I was just, the guy that I was actually with, I was just doing something, but I knew I wasn't going to marry.
I want to get married too, but I don't know. It's rough out here.
It is. I think I would have spent my 20s being a little bit more intentional versus having fun. I mean, but you need the fun years.
I should have had more fun. I was making kids. And you know how you make kids? The fun part. That's where I fucked up.
Same. That's what happened to me. I started having way too much fun before I could even get to the real fun. Like,
but for real, like we could do this over a balcony, instead of here. You know what I mean? Like, so Oh, y'all didn't catch that?
No.
All right, yeah.
But I have seen that reference somewhere before. I don't know what it means, but I have seen that reference somewhere before.
Because, like, you know, when you're having kids, most people conceive their kids at home. 80% of people conceive their children at home. And I know y'all thinking back. I'm probably right. We could have did it over a balcony, like bent over a balcony. That would have been a great trade for me.
Yeah, I caught that reference.
Oh, okay. It was bent over a balcony, Lattrice.
Yes. And I still want to do it. I just don't want to bring home a kid.
What? That's the best part. Leave that nigga there. I don't even know that man. I don't even know little man. No, I'm joking. Nah, but nah, I get it. So y'all don't y'all haven't done any like cool traveling or anything lately?
Not lately because of COVID, but we started getting on the road for a minute there, but we got shut down. Me and Jaleesa.
Right.
Where were y'all going?
New York.
Paris.
Yeah.
Yo, can I be part of the travel gang? I carry mad bags. I can carry like 3 carry-ons by myself.
Yes, sir. I'm just gonna have to sponsor you. You are welcome.
Join the fun, because we be out here making some pretty risky decisions when we be traveling.
Oh, that sounds like exactly the type of traveling I'm trying to do.
Don't start telling my business. No.
I'm not gonna tell your business.
That's all the business.
We're not recording.
Oh, we're gonna have a BET after dark.
Part of the episode 1, Issa and Lawrence. How did y'all feel about how she greeted this man at the end of the episode with a kiss? Right. Like everything was good.
Fuck Issa.
A little nice little warm embrace with a kiss. And then when he dropped her off, she's like, yeah, I don't think this gonna work. Grabbed her bag and walked off. Like, I just didn't understand why she did that.
She sucks. Issa sucks, okay? That man didn't want anything in the world but her from season 1. Everything he did after they broke up was to impress her. He changed his entire life to get this girl back after she cheated on him, which I would leave if I get cheated on too, right? So we're all in agreement there. Like, you get cheated on, you're probably going to go. So the things that happened outside of their relationship after her cheating, she stimulated them. She spurred them along, right? So the cheating had all this happening. We finally get back together. He has a child. Condola's having a child. How does that necessarily? I mean, I understand it's a lot, right? But we saw how Condola's style of parenting. Well, I guess we're jumping ahead a few episodes, but I just feel like she's really self-indulgent. Like, she just kind of drags people through these fires, and then once the smoke clears, she leaves them where they are, covered in soot. Like, my man's been through a lot.
Yeah.
And I'll go ahead and speak to that since I had a very, very, very similar situation. So me and the guy I was with, we broke up for a little while. When I say a little while, I mean a little while. Like, it was like less than a week. That. So during this time period, he goes off and makes a baby with the woman. And
he was in the zone that night.
All the way in it. Okay. So I tried to forgive him. Like, I was like, I tried to be rational about the situation. I was like, okay, we were technically not together for this time period when he did this. So, you know, and I felt like he was the one. I felt like he was my husband, and I tried to work it out with him. My issue with it, and potentially what Issa was saving herself from, was that it's like, when it of course, be there for your kid, show up for your kid, but it's like, I have to be a priority too. Because I'm first of all, if you say you want to be with me, then act like it. And if I'm giving you grace, definitely appreciate that. But it was like a situation where dumb stuff was going on, and it was like I was by the wayside. So it was just like, ultimately, I decided to, like, no, I got to deal with the fact that you knew I wanted a baby, but you went and made a baby with somebody else. Then I gotta accept this and all.
And look at this motherfucker.
Nah, can't be with it.
Right.
Nah, yeah,
It kind of felt like it kind of hit her at that moment. Like it had been festering, especially with her coming back from the reunion, seeing that her life wasn't where she thought it would be at this moment. So when she got back, it was like, why am I faking this? Like, why am I doing this? What am I doing? Like I gotta let it go. It's not.
I think it's ironic though, because it's the same breakup from season 1, but in reverse. Now Lawrence is the one with his shit together. He's the one with the ability to carry. He's also the one with the issues. And, Issa decides to pull the plug again. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
True. She did pull the plug in both situations.
But for opposite reasons. He was on both sides of the argument for both breakups, but she initiated it. You know what I mean? Like it just plays back into that old notion. Like, you know how they be saying like a relationship is good as long as the woman's happy, but you know what I'm saying? Like if the man's unhappy, nobody really. It's true. Don't do me like that, Ingrid.
I think that's BS. I want men to start telling us what they want, what they like, what the fuck is wrong. Like when they don't talk,
y'all don't listen.
I feel like that's
some women don't.
Y'all don't talk.
Exactly.
We don't talk because y'all don't listen. Like
y'all get the women that don't want to listen, and then you start expecting them to. But you knew that girl was hard-headed when you met her. I don't understand that. I think men need to choose better women. Like there are women that I know that are like nurturing, they listen, they're very understanding, and men just kind of shit on them. So it's just like, what do y'all want? Go ahead.
That's all perception. Y'all say y'all listen, but you're saying you're listening when you're supposed to be listening.
Men don't. Men don't. If we want to do that, men don't listen either. Y'all listen to
not even hearing stuff that's not being said.
Yeah, we do listen to fix. We do listen to fix because problems are irritating. Like the hardest part of being in a relationship for me is when you're venting to me, right? Like you're telling me something and I have a solution, but you just want to vent. Like I could fix this shit right now. I could cut off this last 3 minutes and 35 seconds of you know what I'm saying, of hurt that you feeling that you're expressing to me. I could fix the shit right now.
That's not accurate. That's the problem with men. Y'all look for quick solutions and not really addressing the underlying issues.
You're thinking about solving the moment. You're thinking about solving the moment, but she's looking into how that's going to affect the future as a whole. But you look at the moment. That's how men think. Just like when they
solutions are progressive. If I could fix something today, I could fix that motherfucker even better tomorrow. I can improve on it again the next day.
You think? I don't mention it.
You think you can?
Well, duh! I ain't going no shit if you don't mention it. I think I'm gonna think everything's copacetic, and I'm gonna go try and smell that cat. And then now,
and that's what got Lawrence with a baby now, and that's what got Lawrence with a baby now, and that's why
trying to smell some cat.
Because I mean, I just Jaleesa, you said something earlier about her reflecting, and I know y'all remember that flashback that she did with her and Lawrence in the old apartment, and like they got married, they had a baby. It's like she had all of these dreams and stuff, and then Lawrence gonna make some stupid ass decisions where he could have just been by.
Lawrence was living his life. Lawrence was dating that girl.
Now he has a baby. He didn't even like Condola. Condola didn't even like.
You know what? I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the baby. I'm not, because Issa did cheat. They broke up. He was trying to move on. So I'm not mad at the baby. Dang.
I'm kind of mad at the baby because the baby gonna be not in a. The baby gonna be like in a.
I'm talking about in relation to like.
Let me grab my charger, yo.
Of course, I'm not gonna say somebody don't have the right to feel the way they feel, because she has every right to feel the way she feel about it, and don't have to deal with it if she don't want to. But at the same time,
right.
Technically, y'all were not together. Y'all were not together for a while.
I just think it speaks to him being irresponsible. Like he got an STD from being irresponsible. He got the whole situation with Tasha from being irresponsible. Like Lawrence is very irresponsible. He's a very likable guy. He's sweet.
Lawrence is hurt.
He's stupid. He makes some dumb ass.
Well, he need to deal with it.
No, he was doing it. Listen, as someone that's been through that,
he does. He got some stuff she needs to deal with.
It's a journey.
Yeah.
You gotta go through it. Like he was trying to fill a void. Like he lost the love of his life. Like he lost a home. Like we lived together. This was our couch. We was grinding every day. These were our bills. These were our problems. We were a team. And to suddenly break that off with cheating, nonetheless, he's not valuing himself. He's already in a bad spot in life. He didn't have the job that he wanted. This motherfucker picked himself up. Bad decisions aside, because everybody does that when they break up. You know, I want to feel good again. I want to feel special. I want to feel sexy. Whatever the fuck. You know, but like his man lost his
I feel like you're speaking for my baby father.
You said what?
I feel like you're speaking for my baby father. I think that's
I'm speaking for everybody's baby father.
For some reason, I feel like put into words what he feeling. I feel like that's what he was saying.
But it's real. Like y'all don't understand. Y'all think we have a baby with y'all niggas just be trying to dip or be an asshole and make your life difficult. No, like we just want to be here. We don't want to be our dads. And then when you take that away, like me personally, like my younger days before I had my kids, I created an entire persona to be a father. And then when we split, like I had my Lawrence phase. You know, the first 2 months was great. You know, let's go party, let's go get some pussy here and there, fine. But like after a while, I realized like one, that shit's not cool. It's not. Two, like who the fuck am I outside of this? Like who am I outside of this fatherhood and partying and doing all this? Like you have to relearn how to express yourself, how to trust people, and you have to reframe your whole life. My man's really throughout these 4 seasons, he spent the most time off screen out of all the main characters, but he made the most development because that's what happens to us. In order for us to be the father that we need to be for 2 households, we have to go out and we're forced to evolve, and it destroys you. It breaks your entire foundation, and you become a whole different person. So your baby father probably had to go through a lot to be able to get to a point where you're not bitching at him, because that's all we want. I thought my baby mom's got a whole boyfriend, everything. Still throwing her bed. Yo, just be happy. Just be happy. Be happy. Don't bring that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we just want peace. And the loss of like when a man gains peace and loses it, that's when he really loses himself.
But see, I feel like I completely get everything you're saying, and I thank you for sharing the perspective of a man. But the part that you just said were, we have to pretty much at a breaking point. That's the same thing for women. Like,
but y'all are
the
good guys.
Mention we go through postpartum depression, so that's another scary thing that we got playing on us that we have to deal with, and not to mention trying to re-identify ourselves, because now we have to be a mother too, in addition to being who we thought we were. So it's like it's a lot for us to have to deal with. And then most of the time, let's just be honest, when it comes to raising a child, like I feel like most mothers for the most part are more hands-on than the men.
Definitely. But I also, on that same token, like I really feel like in these type of interactions, like men are vilified. Like I remember plenty of times me just trying to help, me trying to ease the situation, me trying to take stress off of her. And regardless of whether it was postpartum, you know, hormones, whatever, I get my head ripped off. Keep in mind, I'm the only one working. So I'm working 10, 12 hours. I come home, still trying to help, and nothing I do is right. Like imagine trying to be a support system to a situation like that.
And you know what it is? Not saying that it's a good excuse. And I really feel like we have to do better at that as mothers. But it's like this mother bear complex. Like you feel the need to protect your cub, even with the father. Like you just feel like, even though you know the child's father's not gonna cause them no harm, but it's still like this instinct of a mother cub to protect.
It hurts. It hurts a lot.
I can imagine that it does, but I'm just trying to give you a perspective about like what it could possibly be, so that you can have more understanding and grace towards that, so that you both can work, so that mothers and fathers can work on solutions for that type of situation. Like I feel like we need to understand each other, where each other's coming from, in order to come up with a solution for those type of problems.
Right, because it's kind of like when the relationship don't work, depending on what happened, you said you wouldn't do what you did to me. You said you wouldn't hurt me the way that you just did. So now you want me to put my child in your care. You're saying you're going to take care of your child, but as of right now, like the trust barrier is gone. Like you're doing stuff that I didn't expect you to do, that you said you weren't going to do. You might could do the same thing when my child is in your custody. So
right.
you trust.
But is it fair to project your feelings onto our situation? You know what I mean? Like, because regardless, at the end of the day, you're either a deadbeat dad or you're not. Most guys try to err towards the not side, but we get pushed away. And then it's already, and then it's other men coming around. It's just like, if we weren't the villains, which I guess with the mama bear complex, that's just a part of it. If men weren't vilified, and and it's a cultural thing too, because white people don't have this conversation. But if black men weren't vilified in non-marital parenting relationships, you know what I'm saying? I think that would be a big connecting point for everyone. Because like I know in my personal situation, I was a victim of postpartum. I was 20, I was in my 20s. I didn't understand it, but I just got tired of feeling like the bad guy. I got tired of feeling like everything I'm doing wrong, even though, on paper, I'm doing everything right. Of course I wasn't. There were places where I could have been better. I could have been more supportive. I would have understood. But all I saw was, all right, this woman, my life's changed. I have no control over anything. I have no say in anything. I'm just a wallet. I'm just an ATM and a punching bag. Let's make this shit shake. You know what I mean?
Wow, ATM and a punching bag.
That's what fathers are like. That's what we are.
I wish he was an ATM.
Huh?
I wish he was an ATM.
You slid your card in the wrong slot.
Man. Or she had the card going in the wrong slot. The wrong card.
Right. Had the wrong PIN number. He wasn't pressing the button.
Well.
Sorry, ATM reference. I just.
But yeah, I don't have that experience. I don't. The experience that you are talking about, that's not my experience. But I do see it. I can relate because I know I have definitely had that mother bear complex. It's like.
But then when the mother bear
was married, I feel like even if I was married, I would have it to a certain extent. Maybe I don't feel like it would be as bad, but I feel like even to a certain extent, I would have like. It's just the instinct to protect and nurture as a mother.
Yeah, even though it's not, but like,
not that I would intentionally be trying to make the dad feel less than, but I mean,
we all like me and other like baby fathers. We get together. You know what I'm saying? We have meetings, and we talk about this shit. We talk about y'all.
Baby Daddy's Anonymous.
Baby Daddy's Anonymous. And we call y'all the Baby Daddy Deterioration Network, the BDDN.
Oh, wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole organization.
Yeah, because we just because it's a thing. It's a thing. Like baby daddy hate is a real thing because oftentimes, just America, right? Like oftentimes the single mother does get the short end of the stick, life-wise.
I'm glad you pointed that out.
I can listen. I'm here, unbiased. I'm giving it. We together. We the travel game now. So I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. But I think that breeds a little bit of resentment, and then the fact that I can go in and out, even though that's not what I want. Women view it as a privilege, like, oh, you get to leave and come and pop in and out, and it's like, no, I get to see my children when you say it's okay. It's all perception. Like you guys perceive the life that we have as the grass is greener, like, oh, this nigga out having a good time. You don't know that, like, I'm miserable. Like, I'm in this loud ass club. I can't hear nobody. These girls are cute. I can't hear these hoes. I want to cuddle my daughter. I want to wake up in the morning with my son. And, you know what I'm saying? These drinks are a little bit overpriced. Like, it's really not an ideal situation.
I really appreciate that perspective. Me and Jaleesa was talking
right. You
I was saying, like,
you said, what?
I know this time we're in episode 3, but we here now. Where I felt like they both had their ego too much into it to really be able to hear each other and to see where each other was coming from. And I felt like they showed the part, you know, they had to show the part where she was up all night with the baby, he was out having fun or whatever. But to hear you give that perspective of what he could have been possibly thinking during that time, you know, it helps me see something differently. Cause I was just like, he got having fun, but he ain't tried to call and check on his child. Like, and then for you to say that maybe it's because, you know, you have to wait till you allowed to, because the mother may be feeling the acting necessary at a certain
Yeah,
point.
like
So
he didn't even get to
I
name. I named all my children. He didn't even get to name his child. That watching that, I was so
that was
triggered
messed up.
watching that. I was so triggered because he never treated Shorty less than. He never
He
treated
didn't.
her, you know. And for her to do that, she was coming from a place of hurt, which
Okay.
women weaponize emotion. So now she's hurt, even though this man has nothing but pure intention. He wants to be there. He's reaching out. He's asking. He's still the bad guy. Then Keke Palmer. Don't get me started on motherfucking Keke Palmer. All right.
I think what they left out and what they should have went back to is where Condola had said she was going to do it on her own. So I think initially, the beginning of the episode, that was her mentality. So her not having him there for the delivery, I mean, the baby came early, but still, like a lot of that stuff, I think she was already in the mindset of, you know, mom and dad.
Yeah, she said
you brought up that point.
But she said it.
Checking
didn't say
right or
nothing.
something. Keep him posted. That's what it was. Keep me posted.
Yeah, keep him. That's what I was just gonna say. Keep him
what
posted.
the fuck else do you
Just
say
been
to
so
that? What else do you say to that? Hey, ex-girlfriend.
If I tell you I'm pregnant and you tell me to keep it posted, keep you posted?
No, she said, I'm pregnant. He said, are you going to keep it? You know we're not together. She said, I think I'm going to keep it. He's with the love of his life. Everything's good, remember? He got Issa back. His life was set. She decided to keep this child, understanding that he did not want this. He didn't want the relationship. He didn't want the child. She kept it for whatever reason. I blame oxytocin, to be honest.
Women should not be forced to have an abortion because the man checked out. Like
but he didn't check out. They had consensual sex with each other and broke up. So you're coming to me with this child.
So I don't think that the abortion, her choosing to keep the baby regardless of whether he wants the relationship or not, is not fair to say, oh, she should have got rid of the baby.
I didn't say abortion. I didn't say abortion because I'm not really on that wavelength. But my thing is, all right, just look at the playing field. You came to me, we were broken up. I'm with the love of my life. I asked you the first. If you say you're pregnant, and the first thing a man asks you is, "Are you going to keep it?" You know where y'all stand. You know where you stand. Okay, so her deciding to keep that child is on her. Okay, he can't do anything about it because it's her body. Fine, he's going to be a father regardless. Keep me posted means, all right, you're obviously making these decisions without my will being involved. Let me know where I can help. Let me know what I need to do. He gets a text message when the child gets here. And then what did he do, ladies? He got on a plane to see his child. And he got on plenty planes to see that same child. And that's what the majority of us go through. I can't speak for everybody because I'm not going to lie, I'm above average. But this is the type of shit that we go through as fathers. Like, it's a...
I just threw that in there. Casually threw that in there.
Right. With the wink.
But nah, like for real, like we have to fight. You literally have to fight emotional women for the things that both of y'all want. Like there's been plenty of relationships where I have to fight ego, I have to fight insecurities, and I don't even be doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Allegedly.
Nah, I got receipts. When I did stuff, I'll tell you about that too. But for the most part, you know, I was on point. But it's not. It's just not. Y'all don't understand the battles that we go through for y'all. Like nobody kicks our ass more than the black women. White men don't scare me. White women a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But nothing scares me like a black woman. Like y'all have the ability to shake our entire foundations. Like some of my relationships are just the craziest things. Like I remember I got hit upside the head. Who unsent the instrument? I got hit upside the head with a box of tampons because a girl gave me free McDonald's 3 months prior, and she found the text messages in my phone. That's it. Shorty just gave me a McDouble. I didn't even get fries. And I understand no other bitch should be feeding me, granted. but I'm in college. Y'all know the McDonald's in Statesboro. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we gonna do here? Like, how do you want me to navigate this? She was like, you should have just asked me for money, whooping my ass. It's like, well, why can't we talk about this without, getting to this point? Because I was in the shower and everything. Like, I'll get out the shower, I still got soap coming down. You got soap on the back of your neck. Got a little soap on my back. Got hit upside the head, and I'm confused and alarmed. Like, we have to fight y'all for the things that we both want. And I think once women understand that, and don't get me wrong, it's us too. Men are dumb. We're emotionally a little bit insensitive and unintelligent at times. But I think if we remove that aspect of having to fight you for your love, like, I'd rather fight the world for your love. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go beat up Larry, the fucking neighbor that keep looking down here when you come outside and check the mail in your robe because you look good. Like, let's whoop his ass. You know what I'm saying? Don't whoop my ass because I'm coming
talk show or something. You really got me honed in right now.
Right.
I'm sorry.
You about to insecure. I'm just like,
you need a show. You might got me want to call my baby dad and apologize.
Girls, don't fall for it. Put some Summer Walker on when we leave here, okay?
Right now.
Yeah, baby girl's toxic. But no, I'm just, we don't get to defend this position that often. And I honestly think that a lot of my peers aren't able to articulate to this degree to get that point off. But it's like, yeah, like, if you listen to like men's conversations, like when they get a new girl, like between the first 90, from that day 1 to day 90, it's totally different. It's totally different. Like, day 1 be like, yo, shorty's amazing. Yo, da 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 da, whoop-de whoop-de whoop. And then day 90, it's like, yo, I don't know what's going on. I ain't do this, I ain't do that. She going through this. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's a battle that doesn't need to be fought. Like, if you want to be loved, just say so. Take the gloves off. But yeah, man, baby daddies aren't so bad, dog. Like, we've had it rough. And don't get me wrong. Black women, single mothers, y'all have had it rougher. But as your support system, it hasn't been easy to be your support system. Y'all hear how y'all talk about men? I got female best friends. Y'all, they ain't shit either. And a lot of things they say out their mouth, it would hurt my feelings if my self-esteem wasn't just so, here with me.
On point.
But it's just like, I don't need no nigga. I just need a nigga to pay for something for me. If a nigga can't do nothing for me, what I need him for? Like, that is the opposite.
Yeah, my friend, we don't have those type of conversations.
Y'all women, like, it's the women y'all associate with, and then y'all come back with a.
I have
it's the girls they associate with. Then they come back to the woman and they want to, put that on us.
Listen, I can only go off of what I came across, and I feel like I got an adequate amount of experience to say, like, yo, yeah.
But
all right, so tell me,
3. You losing.
No, maybe y'all are just special, like, cause look, all of y'all look fantastic. You look like you got your shit together. Y'all look fine. Everybody's got their little got the little collarbone showing. You know what I'm saying? Little collarbone action. So it's probably not y'all. It's probably your peers. Let me see. Did you see the tattoo? Collarbone sack gang.
I hadn't gained too much weight, but I can still see it. Okay, so
your clavicle looks delicious.
Okay, back to the subject now. I started turning red.
Okay, so
that's a good point.
Huh?
No, I was saying he did have some valid points about
your baby daddy
fathers. I have taken it so easy on my child's father. I have attempted these conversations. I don't pester him about helping me out, especially when I know he doesn't or he can't. I've tried, but I don't know.
When he does help out, what does that conversation look like? Like, when he does something that you ask him to do or that he felt like you needed, maybe without asking, what do you say?
I tell him thank you. But it's not consistent. Like he'll do something. He came and got her one weekend. I didn't hear from him for a month. So at that point, I had to reach out. I'm like, you know, yeah, you did something, but we got to keep this going. Like I still need help. He's not consistent with it.
I battle with that though. I battle with that, because it's hard. Like y'all job is hard. Y'all job is really hard, and trying to balance, managing or supporting one household, running another, and then trying to be that support system, and then do it right. It can be a little daunting at times. Like there's been times where, like I would think, like I would go over there, like when our dynamic was a little different at the time, but I would just go over there and I would just be over there all day helping with the kids, buy food, make sure everything's straight. And then I go about my business, and then she'd be like, that's not enough. And they'd be like, damn, like, why not? But, it just takes an understanding of what a single mother looks like, or a mother looks like, period. So maybe, Jaleesa, you were doing too good of a job and you made it look easier.
He told me that. He said, I'm grateful to have you as a baby mother because I don't have to worry about anything. So this is something
I know my baby gonna be straight because I know her mama got her. And that
yeah, exactly.
And that
like what? That ain't the compliment you think it is.
Right. It's not. Right. It's definitely not.
No, it's not a compliment at all. It just means like, oh, okay, I don't understand. Like you're making this look great. Like what I had to realize with mine was like how difficult it was, because kids act different too. Like when I'd have the kids, they'd be fucking chill. They listen, go to sleep with no melatonin.
Is that man authority?
And then they go home. And then they go home and she's like, oh, they're doing this, that, and the third. They're doing this, that, and the third. And it's like, you don't believe it. Because because people do like to exaggerate a little bit to get the results they need. I've been got a few times, it happens. So like for me personally, it caused me anxiety because it's like, all right, this is what she do every year. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they come over here, I see them observing them, and then she's saying this. It's like, all right, she's trying to get me.
But you gotta look
at trust barrier.
That's like a weekend compared to weeks. That's like a few days compared to weeks. So of course, when a kid come over, they haven't analyzed your situation yet, or they don't know what they can and can't do. So right now they chilling, but they gonna turn up if you be consistent and they keep coming. But at home, they're comfortable. They know what they can do and what they can't do and get away with. Then they're gonna cut food.
And women are a little bit more softer with kids because the natural nurturing nature that we have. Yeah, so they do act different with men versus with women. With their dads versus with their mom.
No, that's facts. And then it's like for me, like, I'm from Brooklyn, so the idea of a baby mama isn't like something that it's not like a good one. The stereotypes usually include gold digging and scheming and all that type of stuff. So when you have that perception in your head, you're trying to establish yourself separate from this household that you helped make or whatever. And then you see shit like that, like you see that inconsistency, even though, and I had to learn that, they act different around me. Like these are essentially different kids. But I would always think like, all right, you're exaggerating. And it turns into almost gaslighting. Like I almost gaslighted because it's like, I don't believe you, even though that this is your perception of the situation. So it's just, I think it's just transparency and access, right? Because one thing that we do when these co-parenting relationships start is we start limiting access. Like, okay, we're not together. Well, I ain't going to do this. Oh, you can't come here. You can't, you can't call me at this time. And you start and when you lose the access, you lose the trust. And when you lose the trust, sometimes it gets hard to remember, like, oh, this is a partnership.
I wish. I wish. I'm gonna send him this because he needs to hear all. Like he needs
a whole lot of sense. You're making a whole lot of sense.
All this,
and
Jesus.
You need to hold a seminar for your peers to help them articulate better. Like, because you're making a whole lot of sense.
I'm buying 4 tickets. Yeah.
Run it up. Bring them out. Look, we can split the pot. At least this way, if these niggas still not acting up, we could go. If they're not acting right after the seminar, we could just all go on vacation.
Okay, so anybody else got anything they want to hit on for that last point of episode 1?
Child, we in 3, but nah.
Right.
Right. I already know what the 3.
Right. We don't.
I just want to say I understand where Issa's coming from. Like, she really loves Lawrence, and I was so excited. Like, when they were getting back together, I was like, "Oh shit, this is gonna happen." But I think like the whole baby thing just kind of rocks her world, and I don't think she's stable enough to deal with that. We got to think about her level of maturity. She's not mature enough to be with somebody who has that young of a child. Like, him and Condola have to do a lot of communicating. I don't feel like she's secure enough to handle that part of their relationship.
That part.
And then see how it's unfolding with Condola and him, she definitely wouldn't know. Yeah,
Condola knew what she was doing.
Huh?
Condola knew what she was doing. She's like, "Oh, you."
Condola said condolences to that relationship, y'all.
That nigga whole summer. She was like, "Sit your motherfucking ass down."
Condolences to that relationship, baby.
I like that little punchline. Condolences to that relationship. Okay. Well,
she was like, "Oh, were we broken up?" We thought.
She might have.
I didn't like Condola at first. I ain't even going front. I didn't like her at first. So I was like, "Ooh, look at her ruining his happiness." I just wanted Lawrence to be happy. But then, like, after the 3rd episode, at the end, I ain't going front. Like, I'm in love with her right now. I was like, "Wow, you're a mature baby mama. Like, you want to work shit out? You want to fix it?"
No, because to me, I went back and watched, and we back on the 3rd episode, but she deflected a lot of stuff by saying, "Oh, we'll talk about it later. Oh, we'll bring it back when it comes back around. Oh, when it happens, we'll talk about it. We'll figure it out." It's kind of like she was just
episode 3.
I feel like that was a way of her. I feel like that could have been one or two things though, or two things simultaneously. Her, not she did admit that she didn't feel comfortable with some of the suggestions she was trying to make. She did voice that, so that could have been her way of like giving herself time to deal with her emotions around what he was suggesting, instead of just saying, because she never said, "No, we're not doing this." She was just, "Let me think about it." Like, and I feel like sometimes that's when we have to process that type of stuff.
And it's a way to kind of test a man to see if he gonna bring it back around. If he's serious about this, then he'll bring it back up. But if he don't, I ain't gotta worry about it.
Yeah,
true, but I don't think she was trying to test him. I think she was honestly trying to get in a great place emotionally.
Yeah.
She's grasping at control. The whole theme of Insecure is the lack of control.
Especially for her, the screenwriter or showrunner went over like what they wanted to show for Condola for the episode, and it was basically her spiraling, like somebody who's used to being like all put together. Yeah, because he was like, go ahead.
Mess, now. She don't look a mess, but
yeah, basically he was like, Condola saying she was gonna do it on her own. He was saying maybe the character thought that they would be like, putting things together. I'm pumping. I'm, living my life. I'm kind of, working this all out. I got balance. And then we see her like not, in any control or whatever, and just like all over the place. So they wanted to kind of show that contrast between who we, first met compared to like who she is now. So.
That argument they had was so intense. I was like, "Oh, shoot. God." They were going at it.
My life. He didn't have sex. I was like,
yeah, that was bad. But
you didn't have sex with her. She had sex by herself. How she blew up your life, bro?
Nah, she blew up his life. Cause let me explain. Nobody gives a fuck who had sex with who. We were fucking each other. Okay. You came here mad late. You a couple weeks late, and you gonna tell me this? All right, you already made your decision. We didn't have a collaborative anything. I'm not part of this. I have no control of the situation. I have no input except the nut. So yes, my life was blown up. Now, if we sat down and talked about it, and it was a conversation longer than 2-3 sentences, then all right, maybe it's a little bit different. But at that point, that man couldn't do anything to avoid that. He didn't even know.
He could have put that nut somewhere else or got a plan B.
I'm saying, but nobody knew where it went because
the collarbones you were pointing at. But look, so would you say that for when a man and a woman are having relations, that it's the woman's responsibility to ensure that no child is created. If
it's our responsibility, but you have to give heed to the level of access that I have to the situation. When I get up in the morning and I go to work and I get away from you, I don't know you're nauseous. I don't know I don't know. So if you're not communicating these things to me and we're not actively working, then like how can I influence the situation? Like most times,
but I feel like at that point it's too late.
If somebody
I have great nut management.
I'm not gonna be. You already telling me that you're not really invested. If you telling me,
that's not true.
Keep me posted. Like you tell me, if you tell me that keep me posted, I'm like, oh, you don't really care to know, because you,
babes. My man was in shock. All right, I'm laid up with the love of my life. I've been chasing this motherfucker for 4 years, and you gonna pull up and hit me with this? What the fuck do I say to that?
Lawrence done fucked the whole neighborhood. Bitches he picked up at the grocery store, and you want to talk about the love of my life? Like, I feel like when
none of them matter. We're back.
No, see, that's the wrong type of mentality.
That's how it works. That's how it works. When you get the one that got away, everything in between was the journey. That's it. It was practice.
Well, unfortunately, he has a child now, so the child is on the journey. Well,
the child is part of the journey, but get this:
be good at practice.
That child is his 100% his responsibility. 100% his responsibility. Facts, yes, that is his child. But, how do you react to that shock? Like, imagine when he woke up that morning with Easter next to him, that exhale that he had, that breath, like the nigga was at peace. And to roll over out your bed into a family, that is something that is traumatic.
It is. However, I could think of a million and one things to say instead of keep me posted.
I mean, we all can. There's a very large,
shock or no shock,
language number of words that we can use that mean the same shit. There's a lot of synonyms, but shock. My brain's not working. My life is changing. I finally got what I wanted. You ever bust your ass for something and get there and it sucks? Like you know.
I feel like you're giving him too much credit as far as busting his ass to get her bag. Like, what was he doing?
No, she left him because you guys don't get it. You guys don't.
Maybe I should go back to 1 and 2 season because I ain't seen.
Baby, you don't even gotta go back. I got you right here. We about to go.
Okay, give me a recap, sweetie.
You ready?
Yes.
So look, as a man, my job is to impress you, protect you, do for you, and elevate you above your little bald head ass friends.
Hold on, let me write this down. Bald headed friend, you heard it?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You did not have to talk about her like that.
I mean, I wasn't speaking about nobody in particular. I was just, making a point, right? So we're living together. We're in love. I lose my job. I'm having trouble finding another one. Okay, I can't provide, protect, or elevate. I'm hurting. Okay, I know I'm losing you every day. I know you're getting tired of seeing the progress not coming or not seeing the results. And then you cheat on me and leave me because of it. I'm nothing. I'm negative 100. Like I'm nothing. Like, I couldn't even do my job as a man and keep my girl in line. You know what I'm saying? So now I go out, I run around, I'm doing all this. Yeah, I'm having, threesomes and smashing this and the third to fill a void, because nobody likes to be alone, especially when you know the person that you are with is with somebody else. Nobody likes to be alone. So yeah, he was filling that void, but my nigga pulled himself out of the gutter. He was homeless, staying with the light-skinned nigga with the girlfriend, with the AKA girlfriend. Homeless. Now it's 6 figures, flying. I'm living in San Francisco. Bing, bong, boom. I'm back and forth. Like, that is power. That is a man pulling himself. That is literally started from the bottom. Now we're here. Like, you can't get no lower than that. Ask any man in his life. The greatest depressions that he'll ever have in his life are going to come from a woman.
Good. Let me rewind this. Okay, so you basically saying that he was, I took notes, the PPE, you provide, you protect, and you elevate, right? Right, and the bald-headed friend died now. Okay. So basically, even though that's something that, yes, you're supposed to be doing in your relationship, he wasn't doing all that for himself. He wasn't providing, protecting himself, and elevating.
Couldn't do it.
That's why she had to move
for anybody.
But he needed to do that for himself. He was in a depressed E-Series in a robe all day.
That's not how men work. If you go fuck another nigga because I'm broke, I'm about to run my fucking bag up so much.
Why you doing yourself in the first place?
Because men don't work like that. We're beings of pride. And you can have a non-prideful nigga in a neutral situation, he'll be fine. But as soon as you take that pride into the negatives, it's a life goal. So he went and did all of his dreams, everything he told Issa he would do. He went and did and got her back.
So if she would have stayed with him while he wasn't doing that, he would have still been in the same place. He wouldn't have had to drive and motivation to get to
stay with him. He would have never got it. He would have never.
So okay, she helped him. She got a little wee and helped him, right?
She didn't help him. She stopped hindering him. She didn't help him by fucking emotionally destroying me. You don't do that. That's not helping me. What you did was incite a cycle of revenge on myself, on the situation, and on you. The revenge on me is getting myself out of this situation and seeing myself with the shit that I want. The revenge on the situation is nobody being able to tell me that I'm less than, ever and ever again. And the revenge on Issa is getting her motherfucking ass back with the bag, with the job, with everything that I said, and blowing her fucking mind and rolling off into the sunset. That's how you win. And then Shorty rolls around with this bonus child that, yes, we created. Yes, we were together, but I was filling a void. You were you made me feel good. You made me feel good. I liked how, I liked our interaction, but this is what I've been working for. This is the person that I became. This is who I became the person I am today for. So to do all of that after years of trial and error, bullshit, up and down, to finally get there, get your shorty back and lose her to a technicality, heartbreaking.
I get what you're saying, but I still don't think you see the principle of it. You should still be trying to do this type of stuff for yourself. Like me getting up every morning and me doing what I have to do, I should be doing for myself, not to win somebody else over to show them that, yes, I can do this. Like,
yes. In an ideal world, yes, but that's not how men work. Here's how men work. From 1 to the first love of their life, I'm completely motivated by self. First heartbreak changes me. That first heartbreak tells me where I need to develop. So essentially, I'm developing in order to show that person, haha, hey, I could do it, while also overcoming my weaknesses, right? Then that second one comes around. You're confident about this one now. You've been in love before. You do this, you know how to, do all this shit. And now she finds another chink in your armor. Or something unfortunate happens to where you're not at 100%. And she say, fuck it, I'm not going to ride for you. You know what I'm saying? Now, boom. Now I'm making sure that never happens again. Nobody going to catch me lacking. You're never going to catch me with my pants down. You're never going to catch me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this situation will never happen again. Then that third love comes around. And now it's like, all right, is she going to poke another hole in this shit, or am I good? And that's why nobody likes the third love.
So basically, you saying men work more from pride and ego, because that sounds like pride and ego.
That's what he just said.
Men are reactionary. I think I'm perfect till I'm not. Yes, we created. Yes, we were together, but I was filling a void. You were you made me feel good. You made me feel good. I liked how, I liked our interaction, but this is what I've been working for. This is the person that I became. This is who I became the person I am today for. So to do all of that after years of trial and error, bullshit, up and down, to finally get there, get your shorty back and lose her to a technicality, heartbreaking.
I get what you're saying, but I still don't think you see the principle of it. You should still be trying to do this type of stuff for yourself. Like me getting up every morning and me doing what I have to do, I should be doing for myself, not to win somebody else over to show them that, yes, I can do this. Like,
yes. In an ideal world, yes, but that's not how men work. Here's how men work. From 1 to the first love of their life, I'm completely motivated by self. first heartbreak changes me. That first heartbreak tells me where I need to develop. So essentially, I'm developing in order to show that person, haha, hey, I could do it, while also overcoming my weaknesses, right? Then that second one comes around. You're confident about this one now. You've been in love before. You do this, you know how to, do all this shit. And now she finds another chink in your armor. Or something unfortunate happens to where you're not at 100%. And she say, fuck it, I'm not going to ride for you. You know what I'm saying? Now, boom. Now I'm making sure that never happens again. Nobody gonna catch me lacking. You're never gonna catch me with my pants down. You're never gonna catch me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this situation will never happen again. Then that third love comes around. And now it's like, all right, is she gonna poke another hole in this shit, or am I good? And that's why nobody likes the third love.
So basically, you saying men work more from pride and ego, because this sounds like pride and ego.
Is what he just said.
Men are reactionary. I think I'm perfect till I'm not.
Wow, I did not. I mean,
you didn't think I was deep, huh? You thought I was telling jokes.
Commentary, huh?
Yeah, you thought I was gonna tell jokes the whole time, huh?
Right. I don't expect a commentary on the show, but you like, I'm impressed. Well, I was already impressed, but I'm like even more impressed. It's like two sides, like comedian. Now it's like, oh, he got some wisdom too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just do the funny shit online so people don't ask me for shit.
Yeah, I'm like, dang, he making too much sense over here.
I'm just trying to kick it. Yo, I wish, cause like, I was that guy. You know what I'm saying? I went through a period where I wanted my family back, and instead of now, and I do have some faults, but my main goal was to figure out why it happened. Cause I mean, I ended up breaking it off, but I know there were a lot of things that my behaviors led to, either in ignorance or in reactionary, you know what I'm saying, situations. I was young. So I spent the next few years trying to become, I guess, would you say, an evolved version of myself, to where those things were taken into account and I can kind of understand and see from the other side. The beauty of it is I got to know myself. I got to understand the situation. I got to understand women a lot more. And I think I kind of see the gap almost between us.
Okay. Well, I think we're good on episode 1. Episode 2, 2 things that I really can't wait to get into. Well, 3 things really. But Miley in this reflection when she was updating her dating,
baby, felt it. I'm going through it.
It was like she was sitting there like with every question she asked herself, it was like, dang, like, what is it? What do you want? She didn't really know what she wanted, and then it was like, what is it like dating you? She didn't. Every experience that she reflected back on wasn't a good one. Like, she had men telling her she needed a win, men telling her that she can't let nothing go, and pretty much just got it. Although I can kind of get what she was going, they got it like that was bisexual. Like, that's some information you need to let people know, like, before getting completely involved. Because I don't know how I feel about a man sleeping with a man and then sleeping with me. Because I don't think.
I know how I feel about it. I ain't for everybody.
Right.
I feel like that.
What can I do for you? That I don't got what he got.
Like, yeah, right. Like, where's the competition? Like, where's the comparison? Like, I don't even know how to change or what to do to myself to compare with what he did. No, it just won't work out.
That is so gross.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Just the fact that you just because you said you have to change, like, yeah, I don't know.
But that was crazy. Like,
It was the best guy. I did like Andrew though, but I felt like
Andrew was a pushover.
Huh?
He was a pushover.
He looked what?
He was a pushover.
Andrew, you think so?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think
that was the Chinese guy, right?
Asian men are really aggressive when it comes to women. I think he did a really good job. I don't think he was really soft on Molly.
Nah, Molly's not the type of girl that, maybe he wasn't soft to your standard, but Molly's not the type of girl that his course of action would work on, per se. Like, Molly needs to be.
One thing I really liked about Andrew was he called her out a lot. He called her
Too
out
late.
on her jump a lot.
He called her out too late.
I mean, he's
Molly is a big dog, corporate lawyer shark. She is 100% ego and money to back it up. In order to get her to kind of do what you want, if you're gonna call her out, you need to call her out where there's a witness, where there's a jury, if you will.
Nah, not to
you know what I'm saying? So that someone can co-sign, because she's arguing, she's a lawyer. No matter if you're right or wrong, her job is to defend her case. And she embodies that. You know what I'm saying? So you need that third party. And I know that it's not really very mature. It's probably not the best outcome, but it's the only way to really get her to snap at that one point. If not, you pull her to the side, she's going to look at you as weak, like she did Andrew.
I think she was making it weak.
We talked about this on the other episode that we did, all three of us. And we had this conversation about the correction, men versus women, and correcting their partners. And I think you pointed out about like just where they're doing the correcting at. And I don't think in front of an audience is appropriate for you and your significant other.
Right. In most situations, I would agree. But she's that theatric. She's that dramatic. You know, Molly operates at a different vibe. She vibrates higher with an audience. When you pull Molly to the side, it's her and her mind. And you're not going to win that fight. I just want to say I'm having a great time.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say you're doing great. Speaking for the male perspective by yourself. Yes, you are. I told you I want to text my baby father and be like, let's figure this out.
But I feel like we're also like sensible ass women, so it wasn't
you are.
Like niggas ain't shit.
You are.
Right.
And I appreciate it, because I could say this same spiel in a whole different room, and everything would just be a little bit different. So yeah, we're not the bad guys. We don't want to be. We are the bad guys, but we don't want to be. Well, most niggas don't.
It's like that with women too, especially in that group. Every other day, men are like bashing women, like they hate women.
I think they like to get a reaction.
We don't want to be that guy.
I honestly think they're damaged.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of that group is a lot of hooking up. And I've noticed that a lot of the people that post frequently in the group don't do so outside of it. So it's almost like a moratorium, like a safe place for them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a safe population. Everybody's like-minded. Your odds go up. So the people that have been having, worse luck with dating can go in there and not only vent, but take shots and get their confidence back, because there's like-minded people in there.
I like these.
So what women? This is the question I want to ask y'all. How do y'all feel about that haircut she got? Like, they say when a woman cuts her hair, she about to change her life. How do y'all feel about it? Oh, Ingrid, you got the haircut,
right?
Yeah, but it's not new for me. So I did it back. I did it back like 2015, 16. So it's not new. But I also had just gotten out of a relationship then. So maybe back then that's what it was. Now I think it was just like the state of my hair, just making a healthy decision to get it cut. Kind of like that, and wanting a new look.
You better take your power back.
When I was cut, John, when what it was like 2017, we both of us went and chopped it all the way off.
Right, we went to cut our house.
Yeah, I was going through it.
We were going through a
friend. Yeah, that's why I cut my hair too. It was like a sense of control, getting my control back from me, because I had been in a relationship with this guy who I thought I was gonna marry, but then he was like, "No, we ain't doing it." And I was like, but I still wanted to be with him. I feel like he still wanted to be with me, but I went and got my hair cut because I feel like I just needed to. It was my way of screaming, in a sense. Like, I just needed to do something completely different from what I usually do. And
I'm the dummy that tagged along. That's the only reason.
You are right.
You got me to go.
I love women get new haircuts.
But yeah, like it was. I was getting ready to deploy too, so it was like it's a fresh start. Let me cut my hair. Don't nobody know me over here. Let me just go be free.
And been wigging ever since. I ain't never embraced it.
Right.
That's okay. I wear my wigs on the weekends sometimes.
I had my fade. I don't know why. I felt like somebody in the barbershop when I'm in. Like I really felt like
sexy. I feel sexy going in there.
Hey.
I be telling the dude, you up next? Like as I'm walking out, like I feel good.
I like that.
Yo, my barber is one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. And like when she's cutting my hair, I just kind of like close my eyes and
your barber's a moment.
No, yeah. She do a good job. She got like this vacuum, dog. Shit gets the hair from like behind my neck and like, yo, it's like I actually look forward.
It's like the icing on the cake after you get a haircut. It's like
it's like a happy
you all up. Like, okay.
Okay. But I was like,
yo, that shit. It might be me. It might be because I like my head rubbed. Dog, if she put that shit on me, I'll be tipping. I'll be like, all right, look, all right, because you know you gotta tip on the receipt. I'll be like, you good.
I was saying part 2, episode 2, the fashion show, Ethan Crenshaw.
Crenshaw is that
like
nigga.
how did y'all feel about that part? Like with
he is that Negro. Oh,
Kofi. Yeah.
I didn't
with
say
her
about
trying
that.
to like her trying to switch up stuff to fit.
But Jaleesa,
like,
look at her lips. Look at her.
that man. That's one night.
The person that's playing.
What is his name? Kofi
Cerebral.
Yeah, Kofi. His name Crenshaw and Insecure.
Crenshaw.
But his rebellious, like, I don't know. That played out in their favor, but it kind of, I don't know how it is to be in the industry though, but I feel like the industry feels like they know what's gonna hit and what's not gonna hit, and that be the total opposite every time. It's like, how you gonna censor like art to something that you think people would like? Like that's his creativity. So how you gonna censor it? But when they start coming out with the N word, now that kind of, I was like, yeah, y'all doing too good. Yeah, like you don't have to do that.
I think he had to be niggatastic though, in order to for the role to fit. You know what I'm saying?
Niggatastic.
Hey. He had to be niggatastic because that's exactly what that was. He's like, look, I hear what you're saying, but I'm gonna do what I was gonna do anyway. Bring in the niggas with the bikes. You know what I'm saying? He brought the bike niggas and like, we told you we don't think that's a good idea, Crenshaw.
No, because then it's another scene where niggas acting out and white people are just like so intrigued by it, but it's kind of like you have to, I don't know, I don't think we ever gonna get out of the negative connotation of that word, but I feel like we're gonna have, like, I just don't like it. We gotta do something else. I just don't like it.
Man,
it's one of my favorite words.
My thing with that whole argument is a bajillion words. Huh? Y'all make it. I missed
it. Said one of her favorite word, and I said it's one of my favorite words amongst us.
Oh.
Like, you know, military wise, we be with some of everybody. I don't ever use like the word in uniform like around mixed company because I don't want them saying it around me. So.
Nah, yeah. I say that
favorite word.
I say that shit wherever.
Right.
This is a great show, by the way. I'm having a great time.
So, the next talking point I have, anybody else know it? Because I don't got these right now.
Mm-hmm.
The ending scene with Issa and Nathan.
No, it's
did we even get on
right?
Molly?
Ain't it something? What's the second point? Because the first point was the
fashion show.
Oh, we talked about the fashion
Yeah.
show. Okay. So the end point with Nathan and Issa, I felt some type of way about that. I ain't even gonna lie. It's just like, you got this fine, look at specimen of a man over at your house. And why? Why you got him over there? Like, what you trying to do with him? Because I would be doing something with him. Like,
she wanted to cry.
I didn't get
It triggered me.
She
It
wanted to
triggered
cry.
me because I was watching it with an ex. And she was like, and when she
You're
started
messy.
crying,
Why
she was
you
like,
with
it's
your
really
ex?
like that. Huh?
Why are you with your ex? You're messy.
Am I?
Yeah.
Or do I have willpower?
No.
Ain't nobody laid up watching no damn.
We weren't laid up.
Yeah.
We weren't laid up. We weren't laid up. We weren't laid up.
You was sitting laid up.
And she was over there, and I was over here.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't nothing like that. You know,
She needed people support at that time.
I don't really know what happened. Like, honestly, to this day, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? But we did end up sitting and talking, and we were watching it, and she was like, yo, that really happens. And I'm like, oh, so who think you was crying on for me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was, so I was triggered a little bit.
Yeah, I just felt like,
was she crying?
She asked him to stay like it was just gonna be more than them just laying in the bed. They wouldn't even cuddle up in this night. He was just laying there in the bed. Like, I just didn't get that part. And then he I don't know where he thought it was gonna go. But I guess it didn't go where he thought it was gonna go because he got up in the middle of the night in the middle.
Nathan's messy. I just feel like
Nathan's the victim.
No, Nathan is messy because Issa said that he was dating somebody. So how you end up in the bed with your ex? You don't remember she was talking to Molly, and Molly was like, "Oh, so what's up with you and Nathan? Y'all, I can't believe y'all friends again. I can't be friends with somebody I saw his dick." And Issa was like, "Nah, we're just working together. Besides, he's dating someone. So if you're dating, that's the problem I have with exes."
So why? So Issa the one running around telling her why Issa ain't messy.
No, Issa messy, but Issa single. Nathan the one that got the person he's talking to. So why is he laid up with his ex? I just feel like he got his own man.
Shit.
Like, huh?
Nathan ain't shit.
And then to see that somebody's emotionally distressed and going through something, and to get up and leave, that shit would have pissed me off.
No, she needed her space.
But at the same time, she shouldn't ask him to stay. Like, if you ask him to stay, then I feel like you should say why. Be like, I need emotional support tonight. I'm not really feeling the best. Like, could you be?
But you know what happens when you drinking that wine. I'm feeling it a little right now. So you know what happens. You think you wanna.
You felt the sparkle down there.
You get a little tingle down your spine, and you think you wanna go to that route. But when it all said, I did the same thing. I cried on a guy. He don't know I cried. I had to see it through. But
you was reverse cowgirl.
Yeah, no, it was dark. It was dark. But no, like, me and my guy had broken up a few weeks later. I'm thinking like, I'm gonna try to get out there. I'm gonna try to do something. But I cried like a little baby. I felt horrible trying to do. So I felt Issa in that moment. Like, you think, I want to hop on something else to get over this emotion, but it didn't work out.
But I didn't see that. I don't think she was trying to go there. I think she just really wanted some emotional support. But I feel like she should have.
She didn't want to be alone.
That.
She definitely should have communicated.
Like, she wanted sex. I feel like she was acting more like she wanted emotional support, but that should have been communicated. Like, let a man know.
Because if you ask a man to spend a night, you already know that's his first instinct. So she should have definitely voiced it because.
Yeah.
I was getting some.
My thing is, like, take care of yourself. Like, don't use, because she essentially got used. Like, if you think of it that way, it's a little bit easier to explain him getting up in the middle of the night and walking out. Because, like, what the fuck is this? I have a whole girl. All right. I'm here. You're fucking crying on my dick. All right. It's weird. All right. I didn't see this shit coming. I'm uncomfortable. No, they started kissing and she starts crying. It's like, all right, maybe I should go. Like, I think that's a
you communicate that with her. You don't just do.
You can't communicate with her. She's just crying.
Okay, but like your instinct isn't to say what's wrong. Like, do you just need me to hold you tonight? You just need a cuddle. You just need somebody here. You want to talk about it. Your instinct is to leave. Like, no.
Because that's not his shorty, and that's the difference between Lawrence and Nathan.
I wasn't your shorty when you agreed to stay in my house.
Oh, he was getting some pussy. They ain't have nothing to do with fucking.
And he wasn't thinking about his shorty, right? Right.
Yeah, he went to his girl, and that's the difference. Like, she gave up somebody that actually will go through everything for her for some nigga that's like, oh, I'm not getting no box, I'm out. And that's the issue. That's the issue. You're trying to fill a void that can't be filled. Go sit your ass down somewhere, sit with yourself, and get over this. Because I can't fuck it out of you. I can try, and I'm okay with that.
Ingrid said, like, Lawrence should have.
Well, no, Lawrence couldn't do nothing. She had made her decision.
Oh, you really? Like, you really on Lawrence's team.
Yeah.
I am team Lawrence because I hate Nathan. I hate backup niggas. Because why are you going to drag this nigga?
Nathan is a backup nigga. I don't think Nathan is a backup.
Nathan was 100% the backup nigga.
Her and Lawrence had already split. Like, when they met, I think it was just like her being out of the relationship. I don't think he was like a backup. He disappeared.
No, he's the backup because he's the one she ran to immediately afterwards. He's the backup nigga. He's the parachute. And nobody likes the backup nigga, for one, because the backup nigga
in case of emergencies. Okay.
Exactly. So he's developing feelings, right? But he's also living his own life, so he doesn't care about either situation. Okay. Third, like, having that means you're less apt to fix and resolve issues. You're more apt to leave because you have somewhere to go. So it takes the accountability away. You know what I mean? And then third, like, it's just unhealthy because you have to nurture that relationship in the meantime so that he's there when the breakdown happens. So you're nurturing a whole other relationship while we got this shit going on. Nobody likes the backup nigga. I've been the backup nigga. It hurts.
Oh.
Hugs. Virtual hugs.
I feel like I feel so close to y'all. Like, I don't know, like I've known you all my life.
But we mentioned, I think we hit every point that I was looking to hit. Y'all got some points that y'all wanted to hit. Oh, no, I haven't. I like how Issa dropped the little undertone of estate planning in episode 2. We have to talk about those type of things because I feel like in most Black communities, we do not. We're not as financial literate as white people. Black wealth is projected to be at 0 by 2035 or 2053. It's close either way. So we have to get on top of our stuff and build better financial futures for generations to come.